Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Silent Podcast, the place where everything but silent. I'm your host, Isaiah, and we're back to talk BB26. Very exciting stuff for this crazy week where we're outside the house instead of inside the house. You know what I'm saying? But we're here, as usual, to talk about everything that's going on. Special guest, returning again, Ethan. Ethan, what's going on, bro?
What's going on? This is the first time I'm actually talking about Big Brother 26 during the season. So I'm excited. I'm both excited to talk about it and to hear all of you talk about it because I've heard that it might get a little exciting.
Okay. And then my co-host, like usual, Josie. Josie, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great, just a dog at a crib. Excited to talk about this previous week. Isaiah tweeted a video. I don't know if y'all follow him on Twitter. And I think he thinks something's going to change. It's not. So it'll be a fun conversation.
And then Janelle, what's going on?
I am excited. We're out of the freaking janky week. I absolutely hated everything about this past week. I'm so glad it's over. I hope they never do this trash again. It's pure trash. I hate this twist. Hate.
All right. Now, just for anyone who's watching live or watching later on, I want to show this video real quick that she was referencing. I was bored at work, and I make most of my stuff on my phone at work, just for anyone who didn't know that. Tell me if you can hear this, but this is a little compilation of how Leah has been ranked the past couple of weeks.
Oh, the volume is not on, King.
Oh, it's not working?
No,
that's what I thought. Give me a second. Because this just needs to be seen. I feel like I put too much effort into this video for it to not. There you go. All right. Let's try this now. All right. This is a couple seconds. Yeah, I'll put her under Angela. Oh, unless anyone disagrees with me.
No, she's below Angela.
And she's below Angela because unlike Leah, Angela's in an alliance and she's not. That's my
I mean, barely, but I agree. I'm with that.
Talking about this week, I literally can't put her not beside MJ. Their games are not that different. Not in front of her.
Behind? Y'all tweaking.
Yeah.
How about you, Janelle?
Janelle,
you're tweaking.
I agree.
You want to put her behind McKenzie?
Janelle's the tiebreaker.
This is some next listen. And y'all was doing this with Cam. I've seen some next level of thinking. This is crazy for Chelsea and Takor to let Leah and McKenzie get any farther in this game. I think that if they were smart, they would be trying to get these two out now because these are two of the players that are in that Steve Moses, that Lisa Donahue, that Josh Martinez spot that just steal games with just some crazy move at the end. They haven't pissed a lot of people off. They're moderately liked. And if they make one huge move, they have a couple comps under their belts. They have a good winning case, So, these players are the blind spots of people like Chelsea and Takor, and they need to be monitored very closely.
For one of the people, one side only. She aims for one side, right? Let's say she goes and she puts up, Takor ends up leaving, right? Which would be crazy, mind you. That would be a crazy reset. If Takor leaves and Chelsea's not a part of it, let's say the Takor and Kimo on the block and it ends up that Takor leaves. That would be the biggest player to have a reset.
All right, so I just wanted to, before we do anything, I just had to show this to the audience because there's a whole lot of lore with this whole Leah gate going on. Very interested to see how that goes this time around. But anyway, guys, so how are you guys feeling about this twist? Janelle, I heard you talk about it a little bit. You were like, listen, I hate this twist. Hey. I know that you're for those who don't know, Janelle is voice of the Twitter streets. You know what I'm saying? So she's very unhappy with the Takor and Chelsea blasphemy that's going on. How do you feel about everything, Janelle?
I do not feel like I'm the voice of Twitter. I am way nicer than Twitter. I am nice. Twitter's evil. Twitter is a bunch of evil people for the most part. Yeah, I mean, I'm sad to see Takor go. I feel like it was a mistake for Chelsea to willingly let her go. Mostly just for Chelsea in the trio. but I hope she doesn't pay for it. I'm still rooting for Chelsea. I'm still rooting for her game. She was disappointing this past week for sure, and I'm sure we'll get into that. But I'm still rooting for her. So I hope that it can recover. So far with our new HOH, it's looking decent for her moving forward with the current targets. So we still might be all right for my girl Chelsea.
Ethan, we haven't spoken to you at all about this season. So how do you feel about everything that went down from the twist to Takor just going home?
All right. So, like, obviously, from someone that was following along every day last week, it was not a fun twist, but it's something that in retrospect, I'm going to look back, like, there were some fun episode moments. It's different, it's distinct. So I'm going to remember it so much more fondly than it actually was. I'm glad that they're back inside now. This has nothing to do with it, but I loved the theming. I have never bought like Big Brother merch or anything, but I bought a Janky World t-shirt yesterday. I went up there, I saw someone said that there was the merch and instantly bought it. But yeah, I wish it was a little bit more. I mean, I say I wish it was more of a shakeup. One of the top contenders went home last week. So in that sense, it's a shakeup. But it seems like we're kind of going down not that it has to be a bad thing, but a steamroll-esque ending. It's been one day, though. I'm 100% getting ahead of myself.
I mean, listen, you're not the only one who's felt that way from the discourse I've seen. Josie, do you think that we are set up for like a steamrolly type of season, or is this season still going to be unpredictable and shakeups every week like we've had so far?
It's hard for me to say. I'm leaning more towards it's very feasible that we know who the winner is. As of right now, I think Chelsea has played a really good game from start to finish. I'm not saying it's a perfect game. I'm not saying that she's perfect as a person,
Right.
but as in terms of the gameplay that has been played, she is one of the best. T-Core was very close to that, and she's no longer in the house. So I see that possibility. MJ, well, spoiler alert, but MJ won HOH, and the conversation being had is that Chelsea and Cam are not touching the block. It doesn't matter who wins POV, they're not touching the block. So it will ultimately depend on the double eviction, I think, and who wins HOH.
Yep.
Because if Angela wins, if she's still here, then she might be the one to send Chelsea home. But anyone else, I mean, Kimo and Rubina have already said that they're going after Leah. So it's just not looking good for anyone but Chelsea and Cam.
Agreed.
Okay.
Yep.
Really excited to see how that affects our rankings. Before we get started, I just wanted to say, I've been mad. What's the word I'm looking for? I've been very critical about aspects of T-Core's game, but at the end of the day, yeah, I really like T-Core as a character. I think she was great. She had a lot of high moments. I say even last week, like, if you ask me at that point, I thought she was actually playing better than Chelsea, but just to see like what this janky, whatever it was called, whole twist has done to like the top dogs and the lower dogs. Very interesting. But I mean, as Ethan said, like in retrospect is like, ugh, but I enjoyed it. I ain't gonna lie. Like I liked it a lot more than what was it, Dire Fest last time that they did this. So yeah, I liked it a lot more. I thought it was interesting to see everyone outside. You can't really hide anywhere. Everyone has to be out in plain sight. So it brought an interesting aspect because a lot of the floaters would like to hide around and like do game talks in private rooms. It's kind of like a whole different game, kind of making them all be in front of each other. So, would I want it again? I'm not against it, but at what cost? You know what I'm saying? So we'll have to see. But all right, without further ado, because we probably have a whole lot to say, we have our rankings from last time. If you weren't there, Chelsea and T-Core tied for the top at A tier, McKenzie and Cam at C tier, Leah and Angela at D tier, and Kimo Rubina dead in the water, aka F. And it looks like they survived. So we'll see if we put them this time. We're going to go actually from bottom to top this time. So let's all talk about Rubina, guys. So Janelle, how do you feel about Rubina? Does Rubina get out of dead in the water, or is she still dead in the water? Is there no shot for this girl to win the season for you?
I mean, I'll say that I'm proud of her for this janky week. She kicked it up more than I assumed that she would. She actually talked game, talked about how T-Core was a threat and that she can't get to the end and on, which I was surprised about and proud of her for. You know, I think she did a good job and she's part of the reason that she stayed. Do I think she's dead in the water? No, but I still don't see her winning. Like I feel like she has a small chance, but she wants to she wants to target Angela and Leah and march to the end with that trio for some strange reason. T-Court gave the orders to look out for Chelsea, and so far she and Kimo are following suit.
All right. Where would you put her though?
D, honestly.
Okay. Ethan, how about you? How you feel about Rubina?
Yeah, I don't want to put her dead in the water because there is a path for her, but there's only like one path, and the likelihood of it happening is so low. She could beat Kimo in the end, but that means that she and Kimo both have to survive every single week. And you know, there's a good chance that they both survive this week. But as soon as you get down to 6, 5, 4, like the odds of them both surviving is so low. However, if she is in the end against like Cam or McKenzie, she can probably count on T-Core and Kimo's votes. And you only need 4 votes to win, so it's not out of the realm of possibilities for it to happen. But it is super low. I would put her in D.
How about you, Josie?
Honestly, y'all are being so kind. She could stay in dead in the water for all I care, quite frankly. Like, I don't know if it's a hot take, but Rubina to me has no shot of making it to the final 2. Will I eat my words? We'll see, but I highly doubt it. Like, her and Kimo are together. I think Cam wins HOH. One of them is definitely going. Like, the two of them, like, they're not making it past final 5. Like, that the both of them together, it would take a miracle, quite frankly. So, I shout out to her for like campaigning, but it's like, why are we saying shout out for you doing what you're supposed to do in the game of Big Brother? There's no big move made. She's been playing an interesting game of friendship, which is okay. It wasn't giving BB19 friendship, but it was giving loyalty, I guess, which credit to that. But it's not like loyalty is great, but it's an individual game. And I think she played too long with Tucker. I think she played too long with Kimo. I think she played too much with Takor. She wants to win. I see the passion, but her choices along the way have made it so that it's even the jury bracelet. I will never forget her giving that to Quinn. That was insane. Jury duty when you just get evicted is insane. Like, she's lucky Quinn took it and made a joke out of it. Like, I'm not one to be played with. So honestly, she could go. The majority is saying D, but in my book, she's dead in the water.
I'm going to agree with Janelle and Ethan here. I said straight up that there's 5 people I can see winning the season. A couple weeks ago, I said T-Core, she's out, so that was the first mess. But Chelsea, Cam, Leah, and Rubina. And I think that one path that Ethan was talking about, I keep saying there is a world where we have a Jordan Lloyd-esque win where she's sitting next to someone everyone doesn't really mess with like that. And that's a possibility. I actually think Rubina and Angelo awkwardly are like competing for like that person who just floats to the final 3, who doesn't really deserve it, but like they're kind of being dragged along. Rubina everyone's going on their sword for Rubina to stay in this game, and I don't see it slowing down anytime soon. It seems like she's relatively cool with McKenzie, relatively cool with Chelsea, and I don't see her going yet. I don't think she's going to win, but the fact that there's a slither of it is the only thing that's going to stop me from dead in the water. She's like, if there's a bottom of the D, she's like at the bottom of D. You feel me? So I'm with them, but this is like a super low D here. And yeah, that's Rubina. There's not much else to go with her. She's just she's been surviving. It's very hilarious for me.
But all it takes is
Um,
one POV. I'm just saying. Like if Leah wins that POV, she's going up, and she could go
I,
home.
I will listen. I'm okay with it. Like I said, it's if there was like off of 100% chance that she's like the like 1%, like there's one specific pathway and it's this small that she wins. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But there you go. But let's go to Kimo. Josie, how you feel about Kimo? We have a lot of J's in here. Sorry. How do you feel about Kimo in his chances?
Him and Rubina are one and the same. This man keeps being on the block. He almost got evicted twice. Like and the thing is that like the move this week to save him, like Angela thought she did something because I think she expected that Kimo's reaction would be similar to hers when both Tucker, Leah, and McKenzie saved the POV, use a POV on her, which was loyalty. Kimo doesn't care. Like that doesn't really change anything for him. Which I wish he would work on his relationship with her more because like I know she voted to evict you twice. But it's not about who voted to evict you. It's how you get to the end. And I just don't see any flexibility or adaptability on his part. He's lucky that he has Chelsea in the house, in my opinion. But he's one and the same with Rubina. They're twins. They can sit one beside each other, like quite frankly.
All right. So what, you have him dead in the water as well?
Well, since you guys put her Rubina in D, I have to put Kimo in D with Rubina.
All right. I'm not gonna lie. I think he's dead in the water. The fact that I see a slither of a chance for Rubina is one thing. I don't see the path for Kimo. I don't think anyone but Rubina would take Kimo to the end. And I can also see Rubina being like, "Hey, let's have an all girls final two." She's like, "All right," like I don't know. I just don't see it for Kimo. I think anyone who was down with the Kimo train has officially left the building. And I don't see it. Is there a shot like he wins his way to the end and he's sitting next to like Angela or Rubina? Maybe. But like I don't know, bro. I don't see it. I don't see it for Kimo. It's sad, bro, because like the distinction is like I said, like a 1%, because like Rubina really should be in Down the Water, but I still see there's something in me that thinks that she could win still. I don't see it for Kimo. I don't know the path. I don't see it, bro. I even think Rubina might even beat the guy. I'm gonna be real with you. I just don't see it. There's a lot of girls on the jury. This is a girl heavy season. I just don't see it. So that's why I'm saying dead in the water for Kimo. Might be on the island here. Ethan, how you feel about it?
No, I'm right there with you. While I do see like Rubina's got that one path, I'm really struggling to find unless Kimo like wins every single competition from here on out and does something with it every single time, and is sitting next to Rubina, then maybe he'll win like 4-3. I just don't see it for him. He's dead in the water. He has to get evicted one of these times. It's just gonna happen. So,
I can easily see him being the double at this point too. But Janelle, where are you at with this?
Yeah, I don't have much more to add to this. I don't see him winning next to any, like maybe Angela. I think Rubina beats him. I think more people like Rubina would like Rubina more, and she would pull the votes over Kimo. Yeah, I don't see how he's getting there. He doesn't seem to care. He's so melancholy. He didn't even fight. Like when MJ offered him up as a pawn, he was like, "What do you need me to do?" I'm like, "Just forget it. It's hopeless. It's hopeless to me. Sorry, Kimo. Hopeless."
So you are outvoted here, Josie. I apologize, but he is dead in the water.
You know what? I can take an L, but there's some points y'all have to remember. What is if a Rubina and Kimo final two happens, right? Y'all are talking about girl power, blah blah blah. These women have been talking about girl power and they haven't done it. So already that concept, as much as I would love it, like hello, I'm all about it. That concept hasn't been a thing throughout the entire house. So to pull it out at the end, I don't know. I feel like it'd be a little, I don't think that will actually happen. But I think Kimo has a better resume than Rubina. this entire game, Kimo has known more knowledge than Rubina. He pulled in Rubina. Rubina needed Kimo. Kimo did not need Rubina. I don't see an argument that she makes at the final two that would outweigh what Kimo has to say in comparison in terms of like resume. So I know you're saying her chances are better at getting in the final two, but we're talking about a winner between the two of them. Like we know everything, but like I think that Kimo, despite playing messy, he played a more active game. I know you're saying that he's passive, but we're talking about two passive players here, okay? Between the two of them, he played a better game, and I think he can talk about it. And I think Quinn will recognize Kimo over Rubina more. I think Takor is closer to Kimo than Rubina is, and I think Chelsea as well. Like I just feel like people would push for him. He literally saved himself last minute. Like, come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Y'all can keep him in dead in the water, but to say that Rubina would beat Kimo is a little bit blasphemous.
Rubina saved herself at the last moment.
Not really.
She
Not
won
really.
the icon, but just like he did.
Okay, she won a competition, but I don't.
She got pulled off the block a couple times too. I ain't gonna hold you. That's kind of interesting.
Well, my point is between the two of them, in terms of gameplay, we're talking about competitions, whatever. Kimo hasn't won jack. It's fine. You know what? But in terms of what I watch as a viewer and what I enjoy in the gameplay, and what I think the jury would respect, I think Kimo watches Rubina. They might give her like a cute little vote.
It's like comparing like a cup of dirt with a cup of sand, in my opinion. Like there's not like
at least sand is cute.
I'm crying.
My only thing is, I think people, from what I feel, I think people like Rubina better, and that might edge it out. But we'll see. I mean, I don't disagree. I don't think like I have a hard disagree with you. I just think that she has a better shot than him. I think she seems more well liked than him. And he was on such like pilot mode some of those weeks when he was on the block, and they talked about how he wasn't doing anything. So I don't know. It'd be interesting to see them fight it out. I think that Kimo could make a better argument for himself.
Oh, he would completely out debate her in the finale. I agree. But I still think he will lose. I still think he will lose, though.
No, I don't think this jury would do that. Personally.
This is a crack jury, bro. Like I just like
there's just two of them, and we're calling it crack. It's just Quinn. It's called Quinn cracked. Don't say Takor's cracked. She's not. Like it's really just.
She's Quinn. Cracked too. You saw her. She couldn't even answer the whole Tucker question, bro. Like cracked. This whole cast is cracked, in my opinion. I don't know. Anyways. Wait until last second to do blindside is crazy too. Anyway, moving on. We're talking about Rubina and Kimo. Let's be real. We got maybe like one more than like the actual ranking start. Angela, Janelle, and Josie, you guys have been on the Angela could win train for a while.
No, I never said that.
She could. Y'all have stopped her from.
I have.
Y'all stopped her from
Katie
dead in the water
here.
multiple times.
Katie, we see the vision.
Oh yeah, sorry, it was me and Janelle. Josie, can she win the season still?
The arguments y'all want to make about Rubina can apply to Angela, okay? If you think Rubina has a slight chance to win, you better put Angela up there. I'm not saying that she's Miss Congeniality by no means. By no means. She could be a little annoying to the house guests and to some viewers. It is what it is. But if we're talking about the game that has been played, being saved on the veto 3 times in a season is insane. Having the week 1 chaos that she had and still being here is insane. And every single time she's on the block, there's always another target ahead of her. If we're talking about making it to final 2, she has one of the best odds. I know that everyone keeps saying, oh, we should target her. We should target. They've been saying that since week 2. There's always someone else who gets on the block and everyone goes, they're a bigger threat. Obviously, Kimo leaving this week over Angela can benefit a lot of players, but maybe not Chelsea. And I think Chelsea will have her way, but it's not because of the rest of the house. It's just because Chelsea knows what's best for her game. Like Angela is a better winner, in my opinion, than Rubina, than Kimo, because she's actually had to fight. It's been a little nasty, a little trifling, a little ghetto, but she's been fighting. I have to give tens where tens are due. She nibbled a little. Did she eat the whole plate? No, but she nibbled.
Okay, so I don't disagree with nothing Josie's saying. Angela has had to fight. And I think if Angela could be a type of person that can keep a hold of her emotions, she could be a very effective player. I was listening to her last week. She had great talk. She had great strategy. She presented great reasons for why who should be targeted. I don't take any of that away from her. What gets in Angela's way is Angela's emotions. I think the only thing that would trip Angela up is the way in which I hear other people speak about her a lot of the time is not good. That's the only thing I worry about. Don't disagree from a viewer standpoint, but I think the house guests wouldn't necessarily see it how we see it from our perspective. So therefore, they don't respect a lot of her game, a lot of the way she's acted out, a lot of the things she's blown up, and on and on and on. That's where I get stopped for Angela. And if she stays on the block this week, if, big if, right? Because it's possible she can get off, she's the most likely one to go. So that's where all my qualms are coming in as far as Angela this whole week.
See, Angela has done a lot of damage, right? Like blowing up the Quinn Alliance, turning on Tucker. She just does whatever, right? I love it as a viewer, and obviously I would love to see her win. But with that being said, I don't think that this house or this jury really like respects Angela. I think she's just like the glorified pawn that every season has at this point. She needs to go ASAP, in my opinion, because she's always going to take a spot from somebody, which I think some people are starting to pick up on. But I thought that the slither of a chance of Angela having a small chance of doing something, I was actually about to be on that train this week. Come to find out that McKenzie wants her gone. And I'm like, all right, like it's out the window for me. Like, I think that unfortunately she's actually doing everything a little correct with the situation she's in. But the person that she really needs really isn't there for her right now. Yeah. And we'll talk more about that when we get to McKenzie. Also, Leah, who would be her closest ally at this point, isn't really in a power position. A lot of people want her out as well. I just don't see it. I think that she's kind of like a lock for like almost fifth at this point if she doesn't go this week. And she could also go during a double. I just don't see it, bro. Like I have a lot to say about McKenzie when we get to her, but for Angela specifically, I think unfortunately a lot of that nonsense she did weeks prior, it's finally catching up to her, and it's the damage is done. So even if she somehow makes it to the end, I don't think a lot of this jury really likes her. I think that they think she's annoying. And like I said, my mom watched Big Brother with me. She's like, that woman's annoying. They need to vote her out. Like there's just something there, So I am going to put her down the water because I don't think she's going to win. That's just me. But hey, if it would be a great underdog story if it happens. Ethan, how do you feel about Angela?
I'm so conflicted. I think I'm more with Josie though. I think she should win over like a Kimo or Rubina. But the thing that's holding me back is I don't think she will win. I think in most jury formations, she's going to have like at least 3, if not 4 people voting for whoever's sitting next to her 99 times out of 100. Which, theoretically should put her dead in the water. But I'm not willing to give up hope, especially like she's shown that she can win competitions. Like there's enough time where I do think that, if everything goes the right way, like she can change the narrative for herself. There's only a few weeks left. The odds are so low, but I'm not ready to put her dead in the water yet. I'm also just rooting for her so hard. So that definitely impacts it. But I would put her at the bottom of D, kind of like the same spot as Rubina, even though their games are very not the same.
All right. And then, I forgot to add, where in Josie, where would you guys put her?
I'm fine with D. I won't argue that.
I mean, she merits row D. She merits row D for the circumstances she is in. But I just think a lot of the things y'all gave Rubina 10s for can also be applied to Angela. That's it.
I just think jury management, bro. It's just jury management.
Yeah, but like also, Rubina don't got that
I said I do not disagree with anything you said about her game. Not one thing. I just worry about her securing the numbers to win. That's it. Just because of how I hear people speak about her. It's just not positive.
Because, like, all right, Josie, in your opinion, who does Rubina need to sit next to win?
Oof.
I mean, sorry, Angela. Who does Angela need to sit next to win? Sorry about that.
Here's my theory.
Let
me cook. Let me cook. Okay, let me cook. I'm in the kitchen. I got the ingredients prepped. Let me cook. Okay. I think that Angela, despite annoying people, she could have a speech about fighting. These people love the speeches. Everyone's crying. Everyone's emotional. All it takes is one good speech. Let's be for real.
I'm here to fight. Keep me here for your game. I'm here to fight.
I love it here. You guys know that I love you.
We know the play.
Whatever. So I think that if she sits against someone that the jury is bitter against, I think it's feasible. I think she could beat Rubina. Oh, is it a hot take? I don't know. But I think she could. I think she could beat Kimo. I mean, yes, Takor and them are going to vote together.
If she sits next to a 3-stack, it's dangerous territory.
It's dangerous territory, yes. But that's why I feel like the game isn't settled, because it's like the only people we have in the jury right now are Quinn and Takor. And I hate to mention BB Can. Actually, I don't hate to mention. That's a great show. But this last season, we thought Anthony was going to win. All it took was one jury member to poison that jury, go crazy, have like Tola regret his vote against Anthony. You get what I'm saying? Like, all it takes is like one bitter thing, one conversation in the jury, and anything can change. At least one thing you guys could say about Angela, she's been consistent. No one can be gagged and shot. No one can reveal something that's going to upset the rest of the jury members, because we know who she is. We know how she plays. She's been upfront. She's been whatever. I don't want to go against Chelsea because I think she is the winner of the season. But if something comes out or if someone says something and upsets, like, you never know. So I'm going to say the people at the bottom of the rankings could win between each other. Or if a crazy thing happens to upset someone and they poison the jury, that can also have an impact. So,
hot take, I think the only person she beats is Leah, because I think the people also don't like Leah.
Oh, yeah.
And
Leah.
I think that's the vote for her. But, like,
it's not gonna happen,
I don't think she beats anyone else.
Yeah,
that's how I'm feeling. All right, let's move on to Leah while we're talking about Leah. Ethan, how you feel about Leah?
I hate to just throw everybody in D tier, but I don't know. Like, you bring up a great point that, like, everything that I've been saying, or that I just said about, like, Angela, about, like, a lot of people just aren't going to want to vote for Angela. A lot of people aren't going to want to vote for Leah either. And while, I mean, I don't want to discredit Angela's competitive ability. Like, she's clearly shown that she can win competitions. I do have more faith in Leah, but, like, at the same time, like, I feel like on a scale of 100, I'm arguing between whether to give them like a 7 or an 8 out of 100. Like, it doesn't really matter all that much. I don't know. I would put her above. Actually, I don't even know. I don't know.
If you want to wait, you can wait.
No, I don't need to be that specific. I guess for now, I would just put her in D tier, just because, like, it really feels like, you know, the people that are the real contenders are so far ahead in this race that it's not worth me using all this brain power fighting over exactly where I should put Leah.
All right. How about you, Josiane?
You have been advocating for Leah, and quite frankly, every week you prove to me why I keep being right. Great HOH for her. She was safe. Love that for her. But let's be frank. We have known since last week that it doesn't matter what she does this week. She's not winning, point blank in the period. She went after one side of the trio. So obviously the two other people are coming after her. MJ's HOH. So maybe she's a little bit good. I don't know. I think she did the move. I know that I've been hearing people go, she should have put Chelsea and Takora, but it would have been too many people mad at her. At least it's just 2 people mad at her. And MJ's open to somewhat protect her to a degree. MJ wants her gone the next week, which would be double, but I don't know. So all she can do right now is fight and is win competitions. That's all she can do. So hopefully she wins some comps, but she's not in a good position. Like, there's nothing more she can do.
So where you putting her?
D.
All right. I think I'm putting her at C. Here's why.
Don't piss me off.
I think she made the move to open the door, right? T-Core. I'm not off on this cast lacks common sense. All right. This lacks common sense. They change their mind every 5 seconds. Listen, if McKenzie had common sense, she would be raised up automatically for everybody. But McKenzie, we're going to get to her later. She doesn't have common sense. That's the problem with McKenzie. Leah did everything correct last week. Got the big person out, weakened Chelsea. And McKenzie, if she used common sense, she'll be flipping over. But she's not, unfortunately. If Leah survives, this is the most recent comp chart that we're looking at. Leah has been winning her fair share of comps. 1, 2, 3. We got McKenzie 1, 2, and then we got some random wins in the middle. But Leah has been pulling her weight. I feel like she can win another HOH during this double. I'm not counting her. I think she's a good competitor and can easily win the HOH and shake things up once again, because Leah has shown me she's not afraid to make a move. So McKenzie allegedly doesn't plan on putting up Leah. We'll see how true that is. If she survives, I think that she is a good front runner to win the next HOH. Put up some big people again and shake up this house. I've been saying, I said this last week and I said this week, a player like Leah will survive this game as long as she does some crazy ish every week and take big shots and go for the top of the heads. That's all she needs to do. Angela leaving will suck for her, just like Quinn leaving and Joseph leaving suck. Like, her numbers will be completely gone if Angela goes home. Honestly, if she wins Veto and Veto's Angela, craziness. But I'm really I'm up in the air for this girl. I don't know where to go. But based off of last week, I'm raising her up because I think that she did good. And if she doesn't leave this week, I feel good. That's all I'm saying. But she has, who said it in the chat? Joseph. She has a very uphill battle up against her right now. But she has a shot. I think that if she makes her resume good enough, sitting in front of her jury, it's going to be very hard not to vote her. Because she took out Takor. Imagine she takes out another big player. All the comp wins under her belt. AI arenas, HOHs, Vita. She has it all right now. She's doing AI. Great. Sorry, everything else. She's doing her thing though. You know what I'm saying?
That is, she still has not been nominated. That is something.
She hasn't been nominated. That's another step.
I would put her at the top of D now. Now that I remember.
That's what I'm saying. I have good faith for this person. I don't blame y'all for putting her at D because it's looking steep. But I think that she has a shot, especially if she doesn't go this week. I think she is almost like the person to win the next HOH or Veto, especially that McKenzie can't do the HOH. We're going to have to see. But that's just me. I know I'm probably on an island here. Janelle, you can tell me I'm wrong. I know how you feel about Leah. I know you are the biggest Leah hater. I'm going to just put her up now. I don't even need to hear it. I don't even need to hear it.
I just find her personality to be mayonnaise. That's it. I find her incredibly self-absorbed and boring. But I am one that thinks she made a mistake last week. I'm glad she did, but I think she should have nominated Chelsea and T-Core and had McKenzie and Cam fighting against Rubina and Kimo for who they wanted to see stay that week. And then we might not have Rubina and Kimo in Camp Chelsea right now, because they're Camp Chelsea right now. And if she had placed those two sides against each other, her and Angela could have possibly sat okay this week, while those Kimo and Rubina aren't up Chelsea and Cam and MJ's butt because they just fought each other for who should have stayed. I think that could have caused a little bit of conflict that might have made Leah less of a target this week. Now we will never know. That's just my perspective. That's why I think it was a mistake. But ultimately, it was good for her game that T-Core left. It would have been better for her game if Chelsea left. It's a little bit of a win. I thought she handled the week okay. But the fact that everybody but Angela and maybe MJ would put her up is not looking good for her odds unless she wins. So that's my perspective on Leah.
All right. So Leah stays exactly where she was at. Angel stays exactly where she's at. Kimo stays exactly where he's at. So far, Rubina's the only one who has done any moving. We got 3 people who have probably some very interesting discourse. Let's start with Cam. So Janelle, how you feel about Cam?
I like Cam. I felt bad for him this last week. He caught it bad. He didn't deserve the way he was spoken about. I think he's been a loyal player this entire game to who he's given his loyalty to. I understand why he was okay with T-Core going. I don't necessarily think that hurts his game in particular, but I think his spot is pretty good. He has McKenzie as HOH. Him and Chelsea have patched whatever they have up. I don't think anybody is immediately targeting him. I need him to win something and keep his crew safe, but I don't think he's going to win against Chelsea. I don't even know if he would win against MJ, honestly, from what I hear people say. So I'd put him, I think he's safe. So I may consider him for a C, but his win equity is not that high to me. Against certain people, maybe, but not who he's planning to take to the end is not good for him, I don't think.
All right, how about you, Ethan?
Yeah, so yeah, like MJ winning HOH is so good for Cam because I mean, with what MJ is supposedly planning on doing, she's hurting herself in an area that is really helping Cam out because now it's who's coming after Cam? Like realistically, the only thing that he has to do is like each week, like his position keeps like getting better and better. But he needs to be building up that win equity with it, and he's not. Just like what Janelle was saying. If he starts doing stuff, then he's gonna like skyrocket because he's already in such a good spot to get to the end. But like if he just keeps doing what he's doing now, he's gonna get to the end and lose to Chelsea or MJ. Like I do think that MJ beats him right now.
I do too.
But there is still a lot of time for that to change. He just has to, win something, make something happen. I do think voting out T-Core was a step in the right direction for him, but he just needs to keep going and keep moving forward. So I would put him in B right now.
Okay, B. Nice. I think Cam is interesting because I still think Cam can win. I've been saying that for a while. Cam is like a big wild card at this point. I don't know what his path is because he changed his mind pretty frequently. But what last week showed me is that Cam is willing to play his own game, which is very interesting. I think everyone was like under this impression that he's just going to do whatever Chelsea tells him to do, and that's it. And Cam, what ended up happening is Cam was the swing vote last week and basically determined who was going to go and where this next phase of the game is going to go direction wise, right? What you look like that for, Janelle?
I don't agree.
I'm serious. Cam's vote determined if T-Core was going to go home or T-Core stayed. Because Chelsea was trying to battle to keep T-Core and McKenzie was trying to battle for her to leave. And Cam was the guy to choose which way it was going to go. He did not do what Chelsea wanted. And I'm like, interesting. So I'm interested to see where he's going to go with this game. He obviously can win competitions. I think he's very well liked. Even though Chelsea keeps saying what she says, I think she still likes Cam. But like, I think he's well liked. I think he's easily, as long as Kimo or Rubina don't get any power, like shooing to be here for a while. Same with Leah. I think as long as those 3 don't get anything, he could be here for a while. It's just what you guys said. He just needs a resume. I think depending on who he sits next to, I'm gonna be real with you. As long as he's not sitting next to Chelsea, he has a good shot at winning, in my opinion. He just has to get there and actually has a good speech because I think, like, even McKenzie will be an uphill battle. I still think he can get that win over McKenzie. You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as he's not sitting next to Chelsea, there is a chance that Cam can win. That's all I'm saying. So put him in B. I didn't think about where I'm putting Chelsea and T-Core. That's the only thing. So I'm gonna put him C for now.
You're not putting T-Core anywhere. She's gone.
Oh yeah, she's gone. Sorry. I don't know what I'm doing with Chelsea McKenzie yet. So I'm gonna put him C for now. High C. But next week I'm not opposed to putting him B tier because I like his trajectory. I don't care if Janelle's shaking her head. That's how I'm feeling.
It's just if you watch the feeds, it was like he was willing to do what Chelsea wanted, and she eventually
and he did do it.
Chelsea, at first, she switched it to keeping T-Core. He was like, "Okay, I'll do it. I want." Did you watch the feed? He was like, "Okay, I'll do it. I want to believe her." Blah 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 blah. But then at some point, Chelsea decided, no, you know what? I think T-Core needs to go. And then Cam was on board with it. To me, Chelsea made this decision, not Cam. Cam went along with it because it was T-Core's going. And then Chelsea got involved. T-Core was staying. And then Chelsea decided T-Core was going. I do not give that to Cam.
From what I saw, it was from what I saw.
Chelsea, did you watch?
Well, for what I saw, Chelsea convinced him to keep T-Core, and then he talked to McKenzie, and he was like, "I want to take out T-Core," and then McKenzie was like, "No, because it's actually better for our game for her to leave," and he was like, "Makes some good sense." So then he didn't make a decision, and it was like towards the later end of the night, Chelsea and him were talking, and they were like, "All right, Cam, what are we doing?" And he was about to say what he wanted to do, and then McKenzie walked up. And they were like, "All right, guys, what are we doing?" He was about to say, and then Leah walked up. And then there was no more conversation. That's what I remember seeing. I didn't watch feeds the day of, but the night before, that's what I remember seeing. Okay, so,
agree to disagree.
Cam, and even beforehand, you saw on the episode in DR, Cam was literally like, "I want T-Core to go." Like, I'm just saying, like, I think he wanted T-Core to leave.
And then he spoke
from what they show us. From what they show us.
And then he spoke to her, and he was.
You listen. I'm giving Cam his 10. Cam wanted T-Core to leave, so T-Core went. Obviously, it wasn't just him, but he was a swing vote. So he showed me he can make his own decision. So don't make me move him up to B. I ain't playing, but I'm keeping him in C.
Josie, let's hear Josie.
Josie, go ahead.
I'm about to gag y'all. I'm giving him B tier. Yeah.
All right, listen, I'm with it.
Let me explain. I think, to be clear, I don't like Cam.
Shout out Moses. We're good. I'm sorry.
Okay. I don't like Cam's gameplay in the beginning. I was very critical about it. I thought he was giving furniture. I thought he was giving us nothing. I just thought he was very genetically blessed. Things aligned very well off of first impressions, and that's where he got okay. But now that he had set himself, or I don't know, I think circumstances around him set himself in that position, he's done what he's needed to do to excel. There's literally nothing I could say Cam shouldn't have done that. I don't. Do I think he should have been openly flirting with Leah in the beginning and now MJ? No. But he's going to do what he's going to do. It reassures his other allies. It makes Chelsea upset, but I think she recognizes and he recognizes that they can't play this game without each other. They cannot make it to the end, both of them without each other. So I genuinely think they did what needed to be done, and they apologized, had a conversation, whatever. Yeah. Am I saying it's the most impressive gameplay I've ever seen? No, it's not. But he's done what he needs to do. He's in a good position in the house. No one's coming after him. And what's great is that even if he wins HOH, he can put up Kimo and Rubina. And it's to be expected. No one can feel blindsided by it. No one can feel hurt by it, quite frankly. Like, if he wins and Leah stays, I think it would be really bad for Chelsea's game. I see that their games sometimes conflict. They complement each other, but they do conflict. And I guess that's Big Brother for you, because you're going to have so many different relationships with different people. But I think he did what needed to be done. There's not more I can really ask of him. But if he does win, it's like his gameplay is B at most. So that's why he's B. I don't think he will ever get any higher for the rest of the season, quite frankly.
And I don't disagree with nothing you said. Only thing I disagree with is Isaiah's proclamation that this was
he did his own move.
That's all I'm arguing here.
At the end of the day, if you have a vote, you do your own move because you're.
Let's look at the chat real quick. Martino, Cam stood his ground.
You're finding who agrees with you, but that's
he's gonna cherry pick the comments.
I generally think
Exactly.
that the jury dissects Cam's game. They're gonna realize, nah, I'm not talking to you, Benjamin.
No,
Listen,
no. Let's talk about it because Ben is talking exactly my point. Cam has literally not done much. He has been a part of Moose with his vote. He hasn't led anything. He hasn't he hasn't done anything. He will win because he's a nice guy. And that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. But it's not like it's not.
Like I said,
in the house comp.
Cam has plenty of time because there's only 2 people in that finale. He's going to have to do something.
Isaiah, may I ask you a question?
Go for it.
What do you think Cam needs to do to win? Like realistically, against
exactly
Chelsea?
exactly what he did last week. Just make his own decision when the time it comes.
Against
last
Chelsea?
Week, yes, he needs to cut Chelsea. He needs to cut Chelsea. Listen, he needs to take MJ to the end.
I led you to my trap. I wanted you to say that he needs to backstab Chelsea. There's no way that Cam, I'm not going to lie in the game.
Pause.
Will evict Chelsea. He will not backdoor her. He will not evict her. It will not be his move. There is no way.
This is where you fell in my trap. Pause. Listen, there's 2 outcomes for this. One, let's say he does exactly what he did this week. I don't think he's going to do it, but he does exactly what he did this week. McKenzie said a couple glaring words. This is what best for our game. I think he's going to think about that. He has shown me that he's going to think. But 2, who said he got to cut Chelsea? Who doesn't say McKenzie or anyone else in the house? Well, pause. I'm saying, listen, pause. Let me finish.
All right.
What is the situation where he is on the block next to to Chelsea?
Moses?
And that person who's the HOH cuts Chelsea and he is in the finale.
Yeah, he's in the finale against the person who cut Chelsea. The move,
and wins.
The winner. Come on now. Let's be. The math is not.
I feel like pause. I think he can be. I'm gonna be real. And listen, if I'm a madman, I'm a madman. I think he beats McKenzie. I think he beats Leah. I think he beats Angela. I think he beats Kimo, and I think he beats Rubina. The only person I don't see him beating is Chelsea. I think it's an uphill battle and a close vote for McKenzie. I see him beating McKenzie. That's how I'm feeling. There you go.
If Cam himself does not cut Chelsea, whoever cuts Chelsea, let's be real.
Chelsea wants to go to the Final Four with Kimo, Rubina, him, and Chelsea. You can't tell me he's not winning mad competitions, especially against Rubina.
Yeah, but then he's taking Chelsea to Final 2, and that's
you think Chelsea is all right? Here's a question: you think Chelsea is ever going to cut Cam?
No.
So all he needs to do is get himself there. And then have someone else do the dirty work. Kimo, unless Kimo was just dumb as hell, you can't tell me he doesn't think that Chelsea's not going to win the season. He has to make a move. You can't tell me, Rubina actually would do some dumb
Let's
like that.
Be real.
But
the only people who will do the move against Chelsea are the people at the bottom of the house. And that's the gag. Angela would do
this is the sad part about this guy.
And they're both about to be evicted.
This is the sad part about this guy. He doesn't have a path. He don't got a path, man. This guy is a wild card. Like I said, I don't know what his path is because he just does whatever, bro. Like, I don't know how he's going to win or lose. I don't know when he's losing. I don't know when he's winning. He's just here.
He's gonna get a cute check for second place, and I'm happy.
Stop
for him
it.
Nice guys deserve to win some money.
Stop it.
But he ain't winning first.
I don't listen. We're gonna eat these words when Cam wins. That's all I'm gonna say. But anyway, we're gonna move on. All right. I'm gonna start this off. McKenzie, I was really about to come in here and like give McKenzie flowers and praise her and everything. Masterful week from McKenzie. S-tier gameplay. I was about to give her the season, bro. And then look, she just dropped the ball this week. Where's my sound effects? I wasn't even going to play no sound effects this week. I'm sorry. Hold up. Let me try this again. And then she dropped the ball. I'm done with her. She is trying. Listen, I'm convinced the reason why she took T-Core out now was just to be the number one for Chelsea. I thought she was taking this game into her own hands, saying words like, "This is the best move for our game." I still deep down think that's in her mind, right? But I don't think she's really looking at the long-term ramifications of taking a shot at someone like Angela or Leah, right? I think with her saying these things last week, like, this is the best thing for our game, that, like, I'm not foolish. I see that her and Cam are close. I think that she showed last week that she at least has some game awareness, and she is understanding that Chelsea and Cam cannot be in the game together for as long as they are. But I don't think that she realizes that she needs Leah and Angela in this game for as long as she is. I'm watching McKenzie bond a lot with Rubina within these past couple of days. I'm not too sure about Kimo, but I really do think McKenzie is going to operate not only strategically, but based off of who she likes and doesn't like. And I don't think she likes Angela or Leah like that. You know what I'm saying? She knows that Leah's been talking crap. She doesn't really care about Angela much. And I think this is such a game-losing mistake here unless she comps her way to the end. So with that being said, because I know I'm yapping a lot, I know I'm yelling a lot over everybody, I'm gonna shut up. But I'm putting in McKenzie in C tier because her game's not over, but this is like such a like low C for me. Like, I was so ready to just shoot McKenzie all the way. Like I was about to give her the game, man. Like, I was like, masterful week, and she just like dropped the ball so hard just with a couple words this week. You know, I'm just so disappointed in her. So I'm dropping her to C for me. But how do you feel about McKenzie?
Like, she's confusing me. This whole, like, she did such great work with Angela last week. Like, they spent the whole week talking and strategizing and talking about why T-Core needed to go. And this week she wants to target her when Angela would not target McKenzie. Leah would not target McKenzie. And then she has Chelsea and Cam also who are not going to target McKenzie. So I don't understand why Rubina and Kimo aren't the choice for her at the very least. If she's not going to go for the top of the tier of Chelsea, then I don't understand why Rubina and Kimo are not the choice. And then she could let Leah and Angela go after Chelsea Cam, and Chelsea Cam go after Leah and Angela. I really thought that she would see that for her game and see that as a path forward, because she ain't going to win against Chelsea. And she seems keen on going to the end with her, unless she's thinking that Leah will target Chelsea in the double. I don't know, but this is very, very disappointing. And she's letting her dislike for Angela from week 2 cloud her judgment. She said verbatim, I've been wanting her gone since week 2. Honey, you got to let that go when it takes away your win equity. You know, you can beat Angela. She's not going to come after you. She's going to come after people that will beat you. So this is such a mistake for her, for me. I was flabbergasted when she wanted Angela gone. I've thought for sure at the very, very least it was going to be Kimo or Rubina. But
and Josie actually put it in our private chat
too. Sorry, Leah made good arguments about, why it shouldn't be Angela, but she's got it in her mind that that's what she's going to do. So I think this is really going to hurt her chances a little bit.
And I was going to say, Janelle, Josie put in our private chat, but Angela and Kimo are confirmed on the block.
Yeah.
So there you go.
She might hurt. To me, could be a saving grace is if she lucks up and Leah wins and does what. And then she was worried about I'm putting Angela and Kimo so they don't save each other. No, you need to worry about Leah. You need to worry about Leah again saving Angela, not no damn Kimo. Who's more likely to win the comp, Kimo or Angela? I'm sorry, Kimo or Leah. So that is a short-sighted mistake too. You want to target Angela, but then you're leaving a person that's asking you not to target Angela off of the block. She should foresee that Leah is more likely to save Angela. And then she's just going to end up targeting Rubina or Kimo anyway. And then might not even have the safety of Leah and Angela after that, when she previously did. It's just all
sad days.
Yeah.
Josie, how do you feel about McKenzie? Where do you want to put her?
I guess I'm putting my attorney suit on. I'm backing McKenzie. Yes, hold the tomatoes. Hold the tomatoes. Hold the tomatoes.
Oh my
I
god.
say this last week, she ate, she devoured, she did what needed to be done. I was the McKenzie I was seeing last week when we met, and what she did this week, she did exactly what I thought she would do and what was required. I don't think it's that big of a deal that she nominated who she nominated. Because regardless of the veto, I just think there's just so many more things going on that it's not going to impact her. So let's say no one wins veto, right? She can step inside and say, "Okay, here's the vote." Blah blah blah. Leah's still going to need MJ if Angela gets evicted or not. It just secures that Angela or Leah's number one is going to be McKenzie. I don't really know who Leah's number one is. It could still be McKenzie, but I don't think it will matter much to Leah because at the end of the day, she still needs MJ. And it's like she told Kimo he's the pawn. Kimo's been the perpetual pawn this whole time. I know we said that it was Angela, but it's been Kimo. He's been sitting on those eviction chairs on eviction night more times, I think, than Angela. If I'm not
Angela
mistaken.
pulled down. I think like they've both been nominated around 4, so I think that's about
Yeah,
right.
but Angela at least has been she's been
down.
less in the beginning, she was on the eviction chairs, but now Kimo has continuously been. Regardless, Kimo's on there. He doesn't seem to mind it. He can't do anything about it. Like I know people said Kimo should fight. It's week. How many weeks has he been on the block? It doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't do anything for him, quite frankly. So he's not gonna really be mad. She's keying with Rubina, and then Kara and Cam are like this, and then she and Chelsea are connected. Like what more what is the move y'all wanted her to make? What was it? Go after Chelsea, someone who actively has her in the like game? Like to me makes no sense. People are going to come after Chelsea regardless. Her doing that right now actually doesn't benefit her long term, in my opinion. She can go after Chelsea a little bit longer. There are people who cannot let Chelsea go any further. MJ, I think she has a little bit more wiggle room than a lot of these other house guests. So all of this, like, oh, like like, I don't know what y'all expected her to do. You wanted her to put Rubina and Kimo on the block.
Yes.
Her chances are Leah's gonna win POV, take Angela on the block, and it's still gonna happen. And no one's gonna be mad at MJ. So I just instead of putting Kimo and Rubina on the block together, which would have made them both mad at her. Yes, it would have been great for Leah and Angela, whatever, but they're in the worst positions in the house. And she would have put Angela and Leah on the block. Leah would have been mad at her. Angela would have been mad at her. It still stays the same at the end of the day. After this week, yes, is there a better way? Maybe, I don't know. But I think y'all are giving her too much flack for consequences that aren't even going to be that big.
No, I'm just giving her flack because I just think there was a better position she could have put herself in. That's it. And that better
Which would have
position
been what?
Between Chelsea and Cam and Leah and Angela. Those 4 people won't go after her. They wouldn't. Kimo and Rubina.
So you wanted her to put Kimo and Rubina on the block? Is that what
I just think the optimal position, like, is this the optimal position for her? Would have just been what Chelsea was last week that she gave up by sending out T-Core. Chelsea was between 2 trios that weren't targeting her, and she let one of that trio go. MJ could have been between 2 duos. She could have been between Chelsea and Cam and Angela and Lee. I think that was better for her. That's all. Like that.
Position-wise, yes, you're correct. Position-wise, that would have been great, but it would have made more people mad at her. Like that position would have been less stable than what it is now because so many people are mad at her. They know what's up. They know what the tea is. Like she told Leah immediately. Like no one's surprised, no one's shocked. It like this week is so neutral for MJ. Like there is not that many difference in what will happen to her long term. She's still in the position she's in. She ate last week. Let me give her flowers for last week. It doesn't really matter too much what she does this week, quite frankly, in my opinion. So like it is.
I mean, in my opinion, why not either?
In terms of people's reactions towards her, because we have seen how Rubina and Kimo get angry and hold a grudge. They will. In this position, they're not holding a grudge on her, and there's nothing Leah can do. I mean, she can win POV. She will put up Rubina, and we're still gonna get what we want. It's like,
listen, I think, but there's only 2 people, so she's gonna have to take a shot at them at some point. I don't even think she needed HOH this week. I'm gonna be real with you, but even outside of that, like you could, I mean, if you're gonna do this, honestly, just take a shot at Chelsea. If you ask me, I mean, that's how bold I'm being. But go ahead, Ethan. Your turn.
Yeah, what do you think about all this, Ethan? What's your position?
My position is that she just should not have won this HOH. She was the best positioned player to like not win the HOH. She would have only benefited. Like, I'm really having a hard time thinking about the outcomes that could have happened this week if she was an HOH, where she goes home. Like, she's not going to go home and she's not going to get in a worse position. But because she's put herself in the spot where she has to make a choice, I'm kind of agreeing with Josie in the sense that, like, yeah, the consequences might not be as big as they might initially seem, but they were avoidable consequences in general. And just the fact that she's gonna have someone being upset with her. I also, like, thinking about going to the end game, like, she's gonna want to bring Chelsea to the end, supposedly, which is not good. And Chelsea's not gonna bring her to the final two, which is also not good. Like, she's walking into a bear trap willingly. But at the same time, like, I still see her winning. Like, I still see a lot more winning paths than like all the people on the bottom. I mean, I'm still just gonna put her in B because I think there's that much of a gap between MJ and all of the people in D and Dead in the Water.
Yeah, I'm not arguing a B position. I was just saying I felt that she didn't make the most optimal move. It could all end up fine, blah, 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 blah. But I still think the better choice would have been Kimo and Rubina. But we'll see how it works out for her. That's all we can do. But also, did you guys see how she's telling everybody, I cannot put Leah up because of jury management. I need to have good jury management. Putting up Leah is not good jury management. But at the same time, wants them to force a tie so she can evict Angela to her face while blindsiding Leah. That's what the heck she said. Like, where's the logic in that?
This season is crazy.
I'm like, girl.
And it's like, even if I don't agree with like what she's doing, it's like, all right, if you really want Leah gone, why would you win this HOH if you know everybody wants to take her out? That was just me.
No, Angela. She's saying she wants to, like, she's telling everybody, I don't want to put Leah up because that will hurt my jury management. While she's afraid to talk to Angela to tell her she's a pawn, while telling everybody else, I want you guys to force a tie so that I could, like, evict Angela to her face myself and blindside Leah while doing it. I'm like, then why the hell you care about not nominating her if you just want to blindside the girl? Like, I just don't understand what she's thinking sometimes. It makes no sense to me. I'm like, MJ.
The only thing I'm wondering is, like, what's her real plan? Because I know she said to Kimo, she was like, I want to do a 4 with you, Chelsea, Rubina, and myself as a final 4. And then she also voiced to Rubina that she would be crazy not to realize that Chelsea and Cam are close. At the same time, you go to Cam and say, we should make our own moves, not for Chelsea, but for ourselves. I don't really know where true allegiances are. And then, obviously, she wants Angela and Leah out. So who are you loyal to? What are you trying to do here?
Herself, and that's how it should be.
But she needs a path, though. That's as well, though. She needs a path. You can't just go random into the finale. You know, you need a path. So,
maybe that's her trying to keep the paths open. See. You know, maybe that's her.
So real quick,
open.
So Ethan said B. Josie, you said B.
Yeah,
I'm fine. What do you say, John?
I'm fine.
That's crazy, but we'll leave it. I'm tired of her, but like, fine. I was about like I said, I was about to skyrocket her. Maybe she'll come to her senses, put Chelsea up. We'll see. But all right.
Why is that like?
Take Chelsea out. I don't care.
You guys want Chelsea out so badly, but
I don't.
These middle players need to shake the game up. I'm telling you.
You guys,
Leah and Angela, in my opinion, I just think it's so dumb. Or even if you take Chelsea out the equation, you force Cam to work with you, and then you can bring whoever the hell you want with you. Like, I don't know. That's just me. This is why I said take Takor out, and guess what happened? Takor left. So, lastly,
not because of you.
My manifestation, Ethan. How you feel about Chelsea's game?
I mean, it's so obvious that she is like so clearly the winner contender. And like it's not close right now. Where every single person we have talked about, we have just spent the entire time talking about how they're either doing nothing or making mistakes or doing all this stuff. And the big mistakes that they're all making is they're playing to help Chelsea get to the end and win. Like it's
Yeah.
it's there's not that much I can say about it. Just she's just out in front so by so much. Like I'm not gonna put her in S tier, but like I want to just to really highlight how big of a gap there is, in my opinion, um, for who I think is gonna win this game. But I would
Yeah,
put her in A tier.
I'm with you, A tier. I'm not ready for S just yet. Because as long as she makes it out of this double unscathed,
Yeah.
then she's like the front runner to win for me. It's like she's still the leader, but like there's still like some uncertainty. As long as Leah's in the game, there's like a small chance something bad can happen to her. Once Leah's out of here, Chelsea is just walking to the end of the game at this point. And I'm just like, how did McKenzie let this happen to me? That's how I'm still feeling. But she is officially adopted Kimo and Rubina away from T-Core. She has Cam and McKenzie still in her corner. And Angela, like I said, will literally work with whoever at this point. As long as Leah goes home, she's like a lock to win this season. It's pretty wild. But like I said, McKenzie has voice, so she understands certain things. Leah obviously is looking at her. And if she pisses Cam off enough, who knows what the hell's gonna happen? I don't think it's gonna happen. She just needs to honestly this I'm not going to go on a long rant. If you want to see my opinions on this, just look at my Twitter. She just needs to stop with like all this nonsense. Because last week she just like did a lot for no reason, and it's like I think that really gave players like Leah the inroad to kind of like plant seeds with like a McKenzie or a Cam and really just kind of work off of people's emotions, because she just blew a lot of stuff out of proportion that really didn't need to be blown out. But I really like her game, and I think that she's this close to being the lock to win. So I'm putting her in A. Oh wait, I gotta wait for the other two. I'm putting her in A, and as long as Leah goes home, she's going to be an S for me. Janelle, how you feel about Chelsea?
I mean, I've been high on Chelsea and her game the entire season. I love it. She's been from the top to the bottom to making moves to looking like she was in danger to avoiding things. Like I've enjoyed, besides this dynamic with Cam, more not so much so the jealousy or whatever she's experiencing that was definitely on a level 10 this past week. Besides not that, but more so the negative talk about him that I don't feel like he deserves. She's played a great game, and I've loved watching her navigate the game. I don't think it was the smartest move to let T-Core go, because T-Core was riding for her, and I think she still could have gotten her out, but it still might work out for her because T-Core's influence remains strong over her two little minions. So I'm excited for her. MJ winning this week is great for her. Chelsea has a shot in the double. She's not going to be vulnerable. I hope she can take it, and I'm rooting for her. I think she'd be a great winner.
All right, and Janelle.
I'd put
Oh
her
my
in
God,
A.
Josie. Sorry, hey, Josie.
I don't like that we're not giving Chelsea S tier. I'm sorry. What more does she need to do? Like to
Get
me,
Leah out.
Yeah.
No. At this point, and I'm not saying that she shouldn't get rid of Leah. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the fact that you guys are not giving her S tier because Leah is still in the house. Please be for real. There's so much she can do in so little time, and there's so many people she can control at a time. Okay, like what? Leah's still in the house does not mean that Chelsea does not deserve S tier. Like that's not the factor that should be contributing whether or not she has S tier.
I just think last week showed like a little weakness in the armor. As long as she's not on her P's and Q's.
Every S-tier player has had weakness in the armor, but she keeps beating it. I'm sorry, y'all. Like she deserves S tier. I'm gonna advocate for S tier. The fact that Cameron, not Cameron, I don't know if that's his name. Cam, McKenzie, right. Rubina, Kimo are going to actively fight for her to at least reach Final Four is insane with the resume she has. The fact that that is the case is literally the sentence that should go, she deserves S tier. The two people who are actively going against her are at the bottom of the house, y'all. If they don't win a competition, like, she's not going. And even then, you need to vote to evict Chelsea. Will the people stand up and actually vote to evict her? They can't even put her on the block. I don't think so. Y'all, like, she is taking it. She is the winner of this season, unless someone just 180s this, which is gonna look really hard at this point in the game when we're already so far at this point. At this point of the game, we were giving a lot of the people, when we were doing this ranking system, Kevin Jacobs, all these people, S tier at this point, despite them still having some potential chaotic moments or potential people to go against them. Like, she deserves S tier. She's playing the game. We've seen her fight in a top position, from a bottom position, go all the way back to the top. Like, she's playing the game and she's recognized as a target, and yet still we are still talking about the fact that the two people want her out are probably going to go this week. Like, y'all, come on now. Give her 10s where her 10s are due. Like, even Moses agrees with me. Come on.
Like I said, I keep saying, the only roadblock left in the house is Leah. And if Leah wins HOH, Chelsea will go up on the block.
No, she will not go home though.
She will go on the block. And you can't tell me if she puts,
they are not sending her home.
Rubina or Kimo on the block.
Rubina would not.
If she puts Rubina or Kimo on the block, I'm just saying. You can't tell me McKenzie isn't going to look at that and be like,
Nope.
Listen, we said we were here last week. Listen, we were here last week being like, there's no way Tikora
and
is
yet
going
here we are
anytime soon.
And yet we are.
Here we are.
HOH,
that's what I'm saying. This house is indecisive and cannot make their minds about anything. I'm not canceling out anything yet. I still think that as long as Leah is in the house, that there is I can't put anyone in S until there's like that one roadblock out the way. That's all I'm saying. We were
giving Tiffany S tier despite her getting evicted at 6th place. Don't do this. Let's not do this.
I'm gonna have to go look at that footage. I don't remember that. But we're gonna have to look at the footage because I don't remember that. But all I'm saying is, when Leah is out, I am full like S tier for like the rest of the time. But as long the last week has shown me that there are doubts in certain people's minds and things can happen. This is an emotional house. That's all I'm saying. This is a very emotional house. So I'm just saying, let's wait it out. This house is like one fight away. This house fights for no reason. This house fights for no reason. I'm telling you. Listen, we went from Chelsea having no ops
Can we have a democracy?
to out of nowhere messing her up.
Can we have a democracy? Let's ask everyone.
She's A tier for me.
Are you putting Chelsea in A tier or S tier?
I feel like I like going against Isaiah because
you just said A. So how you going to just say A and then change your mind for no reason? Because I said that's crazy. That's crazy.
Isaiah, is this not a discussion? Is Josie not allowed to make points? And then I'd be like,
go ahead.
That's a good point, Josie. Josie, look back in our group chat and look back in our group chat and see.
Y'all see the method? Y'all see what's going on? Do y'all see what's going on?
All right.
I'm just saying. Y'all see what's going on
here.
After I said A, that's crazy. I hope y'all see what's going on.
This is so much more fun when I was just spectating. I don't want to get in the middle of it.
I just hope y'all see what's going on.
Give your opinion because it's.
I can't wait till I cannot wait till Katie comes back. I cannot wait till Katie comes back. Katie, I need you. Come back.
Don't even play with that.
Go ahead.
Katie,
I really would like to put her in S tier, but I don't know if I can.
She stays in A then.
There's so much.
No. Wait, it's tied. Let's
ask. We need 3. No, we need 3 votes. We're not changing the brand.
Wait. You put her at A tier without me even speaking yet. So that was wrong from you in the first place.
You were outvoted.
It's 2-2 right now. So
it was 3-3 and Janelle changed her vote.
No, it's 2-2. Let's go to the public.
Do I need to roll the footage?
No, let's ask.
I think the tie should go to S, even though just with how we are speaking right now, just with how we are talking about this right now, we are just talking about the one thing. We're just like, as long as Leah goes, she's gonna be an S. Like, there's only one thing holding us back. So I think the tie should just put it in S tier.
That wasn't
But
even
I
my
agree that
reasoning.
right
That
now
is Isaiah's
she
reasoning.
could be an A.
She did exceedingly.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yes,
But
I hate
anyway,
that.
Josie,
we have our
ranking.
ranking.
Me and Isaiah's argument earlier in the chat.
It's all right. Listen, I can't wait to make another clip like this week. I'm
Isaiah, the
hyped.
clip you even showed, literally,
It's all good.
Everything you
It's all
clipped me
good.
saying was so true and
It's
still
all good.
accurate.
It's
Mackenzie's
all
still
good.
above Leah, and so I'm
It's
still
all
right.
good.
Like the
It's
clip,
all
the
good.
clip still aligns with my point of view.
It's all
regardless.
good. Listen, like I said, I would move her to S once Leah's on. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying she's not an S tier player. I don't care. But chat, as long as y'all see the method, I'm just saying.
Ooh.
That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Hot take. Someone just said
Isaiah,
that Chelsea's the new Derek.
Please.
I mean,
Please.
the people want her in S, and I'm a woman.
I did make this comparison though. I said Chelsea, and they call me crazy. I don't think it's blasphemous. I said Chelsea is Suri if Jag didn't exist. That's all I said. Like,
listen,
the people are
Isaiah,
agreeing. The people are agreeing.
I don't care what the people are saying. Just remember this. Janelle voted one way, and then she changed her vote because of what I said. Remember this.
No,
that's all I'm saying.
Listen,
I can't wait. That's all I'm saying.
The whole
I'm
point
listening.
of us having a discussion is I can think one thing, you could say something, and I'd be like, oh yeah, you're right. I didn't even think of that perspective. Didn't even cross my mind. I could have a come to Jesus moment and change my mind. That is possible.
Facts.
That's why we have
I'm just saying, y'all see the method. Remember this. That's all I gotta say. Anyway, Chelsea's S tier.
Her earlier, and I was
Chelsea's S tier.
I
I didn't even slander her.
Oh.
Remember when we said that we don't argue, we have passionate conversations. I still hope you feel that way after.
It's cap. All right. So Chelsea's S tier, Kimo is down bad. But here we go. That is our ranking for this week. And that's our podcast for tonight. So if everyone enjoyed themselves, I hope you enjoyed this. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and do all that fun stuff. And follow our social media pages because we appreciate everyone's support. You can follow us at silent_podcast or silent podcast. And if you're listening to the audio platforms, rank it 5 stars. 5 stars only. If it's not 5 stars, just don't rank it all and wait till you hear something you do like. Ethan, thank you so much for coming. Of course, I always bring you in every season. Where can people
bring me
find
back
you?
next season too.
Absolutely.
Fun.
Where can people find you and what are you getting into?
You can find me at Ethanimale, over on Twitter and YouTube. Yeah, I'm just making Big Brother videos. If you don't already know, I got a new video in my winter series coming out on Monday. Those are usually, those do pretty well. So I didn't actually get to watch that much of the feeds this week because I was working on it. But it doesn't seem like I missed the greatest week of feeds. So I chose a really good week. But yeah, thanks for having me on this. This was a lot of fun, and I'm excited to come back for Big Brother 27.
Absolutely. Janelle, where can people find you?
I'm just Janelle Michaud on everything that matters, tweeting about the season.
All right, and Josie.
Yeah, you guys can follow me on all social media that matters. Twitter, Instagram, that's pretty much it. At JosianeXNM, JosianeXNM. We're covering Big Brother, maybe other projects on the rise. Trader Canada's looking pretty good. So
ooh.
Yeah.
All right. And like usual, you can find me at 8Ball Bangles and everything, usually talking Big Brother. And I'm currently podcasting about Survivor Philadelphia Season 3. The finale is next week, so I have a lot of extra interviews coming out for that. But after that, we got Big Brother for 3 more weeks, and then who knows what the hell I'm doing. I'm going to take a break, okay? But there you go. Unless I do some off-season. I have some stuff planned. We'll see. But until next week, have a good one. Bye.
Bye.